we're talking ice cream, chocolate, and good music. Just, it's great. Hey, so, do you guys know that exactly 3 weeks from today is Easter? 3 weeks from today is Easter. You guys know what Easter's about, right? Okay, we know. Everybody in this room, in case you don't know, you know, first service we only had 10 people. There's more here. Everybody in this room should know Easter is about Jesus. But if you go to like any store, except for maybe the hardware store, you're going to think it's about something completely different. Chocolate. There's chocolate rabbits, chocolate eggs, chocolate crosses, chocolate golf balls, chocolate. And I love chocolate, but, you know. So I'm looking at all this stuff, all this chocolate stuff. And I thought, how do they make a chocolate rabbit? So I learned about it. And I thought, you know what? I want to teach other people how to do that. So we're going to do that, but also, while I was learning about this, it reminded me of a Bible story. See, there were these people called the Israelites. They were like slaves in Egypt for 430 years. By the way, all of this that we're going to talk about today is in the book of Exodus. In the Bible, it's like Genesis, Exodus. It's the second book. I would encourage you to read it yourselves. It's really, really good. It's great stories of how God did some amazing things. Well, the whole Bible is, but still. All right, so God got these people out of slavery. He led them out of slavery. And he put this guy named Moses in charge. Now, God was leading them, and God was really in charge, but there had to be a human being who was in charge, and God made that Moses. So, while they were on the way, can we get the first verse? I'm going to read it off this screen because it's easier to see in my old eyes. I can't even read it out of my Bible very well. By day, the Lord went ahead of them in a pillar of cloud. It guided them on their way. At night, he led them with a pillar of fire. It gave them light, so they could travel by day or night. That's in Exodus 13, verse 21. That's pretty cool. While they were traveling, there was this pillar of fire or cloud. They could see God leading them. And like I said, Moses was kind of the person in charge, but they could see that. So after a few weeks, they came to this place. They called it the Desert of Sinai. And there was a mountain there. What do you guys suppose the mountain was called? Mount Sinai. Makes sense, right? While they were there, God told Moses, I want you to come up to the mountain. Now, Moses must have been in better shape than me because he went up and down that mountain like 3 or 4 times. He would go up there and he'd be like, God would say, hey, go ask the Israelites about this. He'd go down and talk to the Israelites. And then he'd go back up and say, okay, God, they agreed. They said they'll do what you tell them to. And then he'd go back down and talk to the Israelites again. Like I said, several times. So we got the Israelites. They're at Mount Sinai. God's there with them. So you guys kind of know where we're at. Well, the last time God went up the mountain, or Moses went up the mountain, God was waiting for him. And this is what happened there. The people of Israel saw the glory of the Lord. It looked like a fire burning on the top of the mountain. So God came down in this cloud. And the people on the ground, the Israelites, could look up and they could see this cloud and they could see the fire burning and they could see the glory of the Lord. That must have been amazing. I mean, I'm not quite old enough to have been there. Close, not quite. It looked like a fire burning on top of the mountain. Moses entered the cloud as he went up on the mountain. He stayed on the mountain for 40 days and 40 nights. That's Exodus 24, verses 17 and 18. Now, you guys remember last week we had that interview, Jordan Rivers interviewed somebody. Does anybody remember his name? Simeon. Simeon waited probably more than 40 years. He was that patient. These guys had to wait 40 days. You guys know 40 days ago, I don't even think we'd had snow yet. It wasn't that long. 40 days is nothing. In 40 days, you guys will be out of school for the summer. Probably less, well, maybe. Anyway, so Moses is up there for 40 days and 40 nights. This is where the problem comes in. The Israelites down on the ground were anything but patient. Now, they went to Aaron, who was like the guy in charge when Moses was gone. Almost, not quite mac and cheese. It's chocolate. It's these little things about the size of a quarter. It's chocolate. This is what the Israelites said to Aaron. The people saw that Moses took a long time to come down from the mountain. So they gathered around Aaron. Aaron was Moses' brother. He was like second in charge when Moses was gone. They said to him, "Come, make us a god that will lead us. This fellow Moses brought us up out of Egypt, but we don't know what has happened to him." He was only gone 40 days. Now, while I'm talking, I'm going to put this in here. You heat this up for 30 seconds at a time, then you stir it, and you heat it up for 30 more seconds. Luckily, my microwave has a 30-second timer on it, and I had a knife somewhere. So, this is what Aaron did. Aaron went to all the people and said, "All right, you want me to make you a god? Give me all your golden earrings." He took the gold and he melted them down. Kind of like we're melting this chocolate right here. Oh, by the way, if you're going to work with chocolate or any kind of cooking or anything like that, make sure you have adult supervision. There should be an adult making sure that you're taking care of this. We're good here today because we have Mr. Chip. We got Ms. Moore. We have an adult, so we're good.
I don't fall.
Hopefully I won't hurt myself. I did hurt myself making fish sticks and French fries once. So, you make this 30 seconds at a time. All right. So what happened was, Aaron took all this gold and he melted it down. Then he made them something that looked like a calf or like a baby cow out of the gold. We're, you know what? I'm going to switch something on here so you guys can see a little bit better what I'm doing. If I can do this right. Come on. Yes. All right. Technology is great. You guys see the chocolate starting to melt? So we're going to do it one more time for 30 seconds. And then we're going to make something out of it. Now, if you put the chocolate in the microwave too many times, it will burn. Any of the 10 people that were here first service can tell you this whole place smelled like burnt chocolate. Then I made the mistake of eating some and put my mask on. So my mask now smells like burnt chocolate. I mean, there are worse things to smell, but yeah. Ding ding. Chocolate. Oh yeah. It's all melted now. So then you take the chocolate and you put it in the mold. The mold is the shape of something. Hey, you know what? This one's turning out better than last service. So you got your chocolate in the mold. Then you take something to scrape it off with so that it's level. Like that. Yeah. Summer camp.
Look at that.
You know what? That is sweet. That's really, really sweet. Summer camp. Be there. It's going to be a blast. All right. Now, the next step in doing this is to put it in the refrigerator or the freezer for a few minutes. We don't have a refrigerator handy, and I don't have like 15 minutes to do it. So this is one that came from home. If you guys can see that. That's one that was made at home. Actually, Aaliyah helped me make that. She did a really good job. We ended up with chocolate covered strawberries too, which we'll probably do again because we've got some leftover chocolate. So, the thing that, too many times. Yes. All right. So the Israelites did not have patience. They were like, man, we want a God that we can see. Because remember, they saw God in this pillar of cloud, pillar of fire. They saw the glory of the Lord up on top of the mountain. But for some reason, they got impatient. When Moses was gone for 40 days. That was it. No, that's not very long at all.
That's 1 month and 10 days.
Right. Remember, they had been slaves in Egypt for 430 years. That's longer than you guys have been alive.
Way more.
So, Moses is up there. God's telling him all this stuff. He's giving him the 10 Commandments. He's telling him how to build the temple. He's telling him what kind of robes to make for the priest and all kinds of stuff. And then all of a sudden, God said, Moses, you better get back down there. The Israelites are messing up bad. Now, God has perfect timing. I think that he knew before Moses ever went up the mountain exactly how long it was going to take him to tell Moses everything he wanted to tell him, and exactly when the Israelites were going to do this. So he said, Moses, you better get back down there. Moses went back down the mountain where the Israelites were. And there they are. They've got this golden calf that they built. They're dancing around it. They're worshiping this golden calf. Yeah. You know, look at that. That is, yeah, it's pretty, it's shiny, but so is the top of my head. You know what that really is? That's nothing more than a hunk of metal. Just like this hammer is nothing more than a hunk of metal that's been shaped into something. Right. I mean, they might as well be like, oh, almighty hammer. Make sure the nails are tight. It's nothing. It's a hunk of metal. So Moses goes down there. Moses took the golden calf and he threw it in the fire. I'm not going to turn it on because I want to eat that later. If we do that first. But then, after he threw it in the fire for a little bit, he ground it up. Think about that. He ground it up into a powder. This is what ours would look like if we ground it up into powder. Chocolate. But he put it in the water. And he made them drink it. Think about drinking gold. That doesn't sound very appealing to me. Now, in our lesson, though, because I use chocolate, I get to drink chocolate. It's chocolate milk, and it's really, really good. Hey, anybody got any donuts? No? Okay. That is some good chocolate milk. Anyway, no, that was chocolate milk. First soon as I had chocolate water, it didn't taste that good. Which, imagine that. I had water that I put chocolate in, and it still didn't taste good. Can you imagine putting gold in your water and having to drink it? This is what happened, though. The Israelites forgot. When they had to wait, they did not remember what was true. The truth is, God did all kinds of stuff for them. If you read Exodus, it's still in there. He got them out of slavery. Got them to escape from Egypt. He parted the Red Sea so they could escape from the Egyptian army. Whenever they got hungry and started complaining, He made food come down from heaven. Whenever they got thirsty, He made water come out of a rock.
What?
Yes, it's in the Bible. It's in Exodus. Read it. He led them with a pillar, so they knew exactly where to go. He gave them somebody, a leader like Moses, to speak for them, to go to God and talk to Him. All that stuff that He did for them, and this was only like a couple of months' time that all this stuff had happened. And they still forgot what was true. Guys, I've been on this earth a while. God always comes through. It may not seem like it all the time. You might be going through a tough day, a tough week, a tough month, whatever. I've had tough years. But God has always come through for me. That's the truth. We can trust God no matter what, because He will always come through for us. So now, we're going to get our worship leaders to come back up here. We're not going to worship a hammer. We're going to worship the one true God who has done everything for us. First, we're going to move this table out of the way.